Okay, I'm here to show you how to make a cantilever snap joint. Go on, click on front, click on sketch. Click on the navigation cube and bring it to the front. I'm not really too concerned about size on this, but I am concerned about shape. And so what I'm going to be doing is some profile sketching using a line, and I'll just start a line here and go across over here. I really don't care how long it is at that point. But since I went 4.139, I'll just make it 4. That makes me feel good. Now I'm going to come up a little bit here, and I'm going to give my cantilever just a little face there, and I'm going to come back here just like that, come over, boom, and then come down this way, and then come up this way. And when I want to come up that way, I want to come and bring it. If I click on this, it'll give me little dancing ants, and that way I can be in line with that. And let's do that. Now let's dimension all this stuff. I'll hit escape. Boom. And escape the line. I'll take this dimension and pull it out because I want to clean it up a little bit. I want this angle here from here to here to be 45 degrees because that's a cool thing to do. And so I'll take my dimension tool and I'll go here to here and make that 45. But if I make that 45, no, sorry, I want this to be 45 on the outside. So if that's 225, I have not done that. So 45. I actually came really close. So this has to be 135 in there. And then I could pull that angle out and come to the outside of here. There you go. That way it just stays a little bit cleaner. Then I want to go ahead and make this, dimension this to a size from here to here. And we make that 1.125 instead of 0.1. And that's basically an eighth, right, of an inch. And then let's make this one a length of 0.1875. And that is 3/16 of an inch. And let's make this 0.5. Just to get closer to what I call getting closer to nominal measurements, which are normal. You don't want to have things that are way out of line with that. And then let's make this angle. Let's make sure that the angle here is a nominal angle, some like 15 degrees or from this part. So it would be, if that's 15, this would be 75. And we go click here, pull that out. That's 81. Make that 75. There you go. And get some fatterness there. All right. And then finally, I'm going to take a 2-point rectangle and I'm going to just start somewhere over here. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to find this bottom dot, and then I'm going to build off of that. And let's make this 4 inches. So this part here, let's make it 1. Let's make it to nominal measurements. And then 4. There we go. And I'll hit escape, and that part of sketching is done. And what I want to do now is just trim out this little part there, and I have a really nice enclosed face. And then I'm going to save the sketch. I'm going to go to isometric. I'll click here, and I will extrude 0.5 inches. There you go. And that looks like a child lock. Now, one of the things that's really important if you're doing something like this, if you need to round off some of these edges, but you're not going to round off these here because it needs to slide through. And you also want to put in fillets so that you don't break. This part here is really weak every time it has a square corner because the square corner actually focuses all the energy on that particular piece of the part, and then it causes it to break. So we want to fillet it, and we'll take a fillet and we'll fillet that little edge there, bring it out. That's why you see little rounded pieces, especially on plastic and aluminum. Aluminum will break if we don't round off things. So that is a good one, but I want that to snap in. So I'm going to actually take that one off. I want that a lot smaller. So those two I'll make 0.25. Make it a little bit. 0.25. Boom. And then the next group I'm going to make 0.125. So I'm going to choose a fillet again, and I'm going to come in here and fillet that, but now I want it 0.125. 0.125, enter, and that's a lot smaller fillet. I'll put the fillet also on the upper edge and up on this edge, and then down here on this edge. And that just allows this little latch to kind of slide tangentially across the surface of where we're trying to stick it in. Now what we want to do is we need to make part 2 that it slides into. And what we can do is use this geometry here and offset it from the other part. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and click on the front, again, front, and we'll start a new sketch for our second part, front. And if I click here, 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 and see, you could zoom in and click on the line, and here, and here, and then here, and I use those. I want to use those. All right, so that gets me to be able to use that stuff right there. Then on this one, I want to actually come out and do a little corner piece here. So I'm going to take from this line, and I'll build a line that comes somewhere out to there. There it is. I picked up on that part. Boom. Like there. And then I want to come from this line down to that. Boom. Then I'll hit escape. And then I want to come, I'll escape the line. Escape line. I want to go get another line, and I want to come from here, and I kind of want to match up with this here. Oh, sorry. I'm going to undo that, Control Z. Anytime you get to the point where you do something like that, just hit Control Z. And I'll come here and out to this line. And I want to click on it. I want to find the dancing ants, I call them. The yellow dancing ants. And I want to go ahead and select that like that. Escape. Escape the line. Now what I've done now is I created a form that I could offset. I think what I want to do is I want to close it off. So I'll just put a line from there to there. And now it's closed. And then I can hit, again, escape the line. And I could take and select this geometry, just like that. Again, I'll do it again. I want to come and I want to go over the entire geometry. And I want to use this tool called offset. And it wants to move that way, but I want to move this way. And what I want to do is I'm looking to do right now is move about 0.1 away from it, and I'll hit enter. So if I move 0.1 away, I can actually get some points and measure. So I want to measure from this here, the widest point from here to here, and that is 0.553. Escape. And then I need to measure from a line, a construction line I'm going to put in here. And I'm going to go like this. Boom. I'm going to hit escape. So I'll escape the line. And I will then make this a construction line. And I will go ahead and offset that 0.1 from this line. So I want to dimension it from here to here is 0.1. Now I want to see escape. I want to escape that particular, escape the dimension. And I'll pull this up because we don't ever want to do that, remember? We're going to get really good at dimensioning things. And I get the concept. And now I need to measure, come down here, measure from this line to this bottom line and make sure it is 0.553. So I need to have this be just a little bigger. So instead of doing 0.1, I'm going to do 0.009. Oops, 0.09. Sorry. That's too small. 0.09. Boom. And that leaves me, let's make it 0.075. That way I have a little bit more clearance. 0.075. And this is what we call tolerancing. I want to make sure that that can slip through and into the space. And at that point, it can. So I know now where I want to cut my line for this part. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this line and toggle it back to a real line. And then I'm going to do some trimming. So I want to trim everything out. I want to trim this line out and this line out and this line out and this line out. Okay. And then I will leave everything else like that. Nope, I will not. I will not do that. Yes, I will for right now. I still have that line. Good. So now what I need to do is I need to go do that 2-point rectangle that we've done before. And I need to line it up with this outside line. And boom. Oh, escape. Escape rectangle. Here's what I need to do. I need to get this line, pull it up, right? And then put my first dot there. It'll go through those lines and come out like this. All right. And then I'm just going to drop the second line. I'm going to make this, I'm going to go ahead and make this 4. Enter. 1. Enter. There we go. I am good. I'm going to click here. And now I'm going to go back into the sketch, edit. And I'm going to make this into a secondary part. So I'm going to go back and get a line and put that line from there to there. And the line is now in there. I'm going to escape the line. And I'm going to now come back with the trim tool. And I want to trim this line away. And I want to trim this line and this line and all of these lines. I want to keep. Boom. All right. And then I'm going to hit escape. And I'm going to go ahead, escape the trim. I'm going to delete this. And you can see that when this goes in, it's going to pop right up against this top surface, which will be part of that. So I need to trim out. I need to trim. No, I don't need a trim. I need a line. I need a line from here to here. Boom. And then I need to escape the line. That's what I need to do. And then I need to trim this out here. And that will unclose that surface for me. And so now when I go to extrude, I need to trim this out. I'll be able to extrude this part out. And I may, yes, I'll be able to extrude that part out an inch. It looks good to me, and I'll do that now. And then I'll extrude this part out an inch. And I want to get in that face. I want to change the direction. And I want to make this 0.5. So I have an interlocking or interfacing cantilever latch. Next thing you want to do is go to the assembly. Go ahead and insert the entire assembly just as is. Kind of move this so you could attach this bottom and you'll save it. Go ahead and click Fasten Mate. Click this bottom and attach it to the top of the origin. There we go. Solved. Now all we need to do is put a slider mate. We can move this now. And that slider mate goes on the center of this face and the center of this face inside. So I'm going to go ahead and do a slider mate. And I want this face here to slide into this face here. But notice when I do that, I have a problem. Let me move this out. I have a problem that the Z is going in the wrong direction. This is going to go through this. I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to actually going to force a mate, which is the best way to do this. I want to put a mate on this face, a mate connector on the face, and then flip it. Now, when I choose that mate connector, I'll choose the mate connector. I want that to slide on to the center of this face. Now the Z is going in the correct direction. And I will save it, animate it, and show you that it works. Now notice how that's going through. I cannot create a tangential mate in this program. I tried. That will take care. But what would happen is when it hits this, it would go down. So I think in little modification to force it down better would be to actually take out a little piece of 45-degree angle on the back of this to actually force the cantilever to go down. So I'll go back to the part studio and I will go ahead and add that little 45-degree chamfer on that particular part. So what I want to do is I want to hide part 1. There it is. And I'm going to chamfer the back of this right there ever so slightly. 0.05 inches. There you go. That's the way this will make it work better. You'll go back to the assembly. You'll see that that was done there. And I would expect you to turn in the animation of this joint as your project and actually post this video that you create inside of your website. Thank you.